Hey guys, now you can follow me on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/UltraMaximusReviews.
Your The Binks is on my target. Come to Death's Head, yes?
Oh, means I get blasted.
Death's Head's not going to blast you?
Really?
Why, no.
Yes.
You suck. Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review, and today we're taking a look at another Marvel Legends figure, and it's from the Guardians of the Galaxy wave. It's Death's Head 2, and that means this video is probably going to get flagged for not being advertiser friendly because of the garbage going on with YouTube. If you don't know what that's about, I will add a card in the link here. Check it out, email YouTube. Send them feedback. This is really goofy and it's hurting us content creators, so your guys' help is much appreciated. So I found this guy at my local Meijer, and I haven't been to Meijer in years, and they just happened to have this guy. He's the only one they had, and I just had to pick him up. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. So here we have Death's Head 2 in the package, and if you don't know who this character is, he is based off a character called Death's Head, which first appeared in Transformers UK comics. And he was a bounty hunter that was hired to kill Rodimus? Or did Rodimus hire him to kill Galvatron? I can't remember. It's been a while since I read the comic. And the character was so popular, he ended up getting his own series, limited series. And then the character in the 90s turned into this. And this character is actually a cyborg that was created in the future. It absorbed a bunch of different minds, was sent back in the past, our present, and it absorbed Death's Head's mind, and Death's Head kind of took it over, and the character was called Minion, and Death's Head 2 was born when Death's Head took it over, and it was a great series. I think it was called Endgame. I think it was a 4 or 6 issue series where Death's Head 2 and like Spider-Man and Daredevil and Punisher and Captain America, She-Hulk, Rhino, what was left of the heroes and villains were fighting this end apocalypse storyline. It's just fantastic. And there's the big bad guy at the end. You know, he's got the Punisher sitting there with a knife, and he's like, "You don't have any superpowers. Why do you even bother?" And the Punisher's like, "Come get some." And he goes at him with a knife and kills him. It's great stuff. Great comic book if you've not read it. Definitely recommend picking it up. And this is the character from that, the main character, and just looks fantastic. It says Marvel Legends there. It's got the Guardians logo at the top. It says Death's Head down there. He was supposed to be the Build-A-Figure. He does not come with anything for Mantis. If you go to Shartimus Prime's channel, he talked to the people who designed toys for Hasbro, and he was really supposed to be the Build-A-Figure for this wave, but the mold was a regular figure mold and wasn't really designed to be a Build-A-Figure, so they just released him unto himself, which is kind of interesting. So thank you, Shart, for that information. Check out his video and his channel. But we get Death's Head 2 there and Death's Head 2 there. Very, very cool. So just close up. Marvel Legends, Guardians. There he is, looking all kinds of huge. And there's that. And then here's the artwork on the side. Very cool stuff. Back of the package has a write-up for him. Some artwork there. All the other figures in this wave, and then you can build Mantis. And to be honest, really, I think Adam Warlock and Mantis are the only figures other than Death's Head 2 in this wave I am even interested in. But yeah, so there's the artwork. And then if you want to pause and read that write-up, you are more than welcome to. There it is. And then there is Mantis. And I like her. I think she looks pretty cool, but she's definitely not Build-A-Figure-ish. And all the other figures in the wave. And then Death's Head 2 there. It really reminds me of the Jubilee Build-A-Figure, so I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and get Death's Head 2 out of box and see what we think, eh? And here we have Death's Head 2 out of the packaging, and I am in love with this action figure. I mean, this thing is amazeballs. The sculpt, the paint, all the detail on this figure. I mean, you can just tell that this was supposed to be the Build-A-Figure. absolutely tell. I mean, this thing is just fantastic. The metallic paint on it is beautiful. The fades, everything. The only drawbacks that I've got is this one has a little bit of oversplash on some of the paint down on the leg. That is a very minor gripe compared to the rest of this figure. The other thing is he comes with this alternate hand, which is kind of a little come here kind of hand. I don't know. It looks like he is supposed to be holding something like a gun or something maybe, but I don't know what it would be. I tried to look for a particular comic, but you know, kind of like the Spider Bitch character where she was supposed to hold the shotgun in her hand, but didn't come with one, but you could put one in there. But I can't figure out what that one is supposed to go to, which is a bit unfortunate. I think I would have rather have had this arm have the end cap of it come off and put a different piece on, because this is supposed to be a kind of a liquid metal changeroo mold into a bunch of different kind of different arm pieces. And this is a pretty common one, so I'm glad it came with that. But there's also kind of a big claw variant that you see a lot in the comics, and that would have been cool to have as well. Other than that, I can't complain. I mean, this figure is amazing. Now, as far as articulation goes on the guy, he looks pretty far down forward, which is nice, but he's got these big old dreadlocks, so he really can't look that far forward because of them. But the one nice thing about the figure, you can kind of see underneath, it's even got the detail of the dreadlocks underneath, so that is pretty awesome. Moves left and right, no hamperage there. He's got an ab crunch that goes down that far. It goes really far back, which is nice. He's got a twist at the waist. The belt is not glued on there, so it sits there pretty well, but it is also maneuverable. He's got the typical joint at the shoulder. It twists. He's got a twist at the upper arm there. It's a single jointed arm, which again is very indicative of a Build-A-Figure. And then this wrist is on a twist. It also spins. This one has the single joint there, the twist at the upper arm, but nothing else, so it's pretty static because of the design itself, and we are way out of focus. Okay, and then his legs kick up that far. They kick that far back. They go out about that far. There's a twist at the upper thigh. He has a double jointed knee, and then there is a twist at the upper, I wouldn't say upper boot, but the midsection of his shin, and then he's got a twist hinge at the ankle, and it moves back and forth, and then he's got that crazy ankle rocker pivot we love! With this being his widest possible stance, with both feet still flat on the ground. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, the head sculpt and paint job on this is just amazeballs. I love the look. It captures the comic book perfectly. The flesh and the teeth just kind of meshed in with the metal and the gold. Very nice. The horns down the way they are. I like how the horns are darker silver than the head, top of the head. The metallic dreadlocks are the right color. I love the design. It's even got the texture underneath the dreadlocks, which you don't see unless you've been down, which is awesome. The paint on the flesh and the teeth, the eyes, just superb. I love the metallic blue sheen they've got going on and all the little lines and the details there. I mean, they did a fantastic job with the head sculpt on this guy. So taking a look at the midsection of the figure, again, all the detail. The silver paint apps on his arms, amazing. That kind of faded teal into silver metallic teal is just awesome on both arms. The belt buckle, the dreadlock belt is nice. That super arm is amazing. That kind of metallic-y teal silver going into the more polished silver look at the end just looks awesome. All the detail and the texture all around the body, very, very nice. Again, the detail on the dreadlock belt around, very, very cool. And then the detail in his left hand, both the open one and the fist. I mean, it really looks like the detail on the comics, and I really appreciate that. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure, they've got this right too. Now mine, as I'd said before, has a little sloppy paint app on the left leg, around the belts on the leg, but you know, that's a minor gripe. I like the gold color. It matches the gold that's on his left arm at the top. The big spikes that come off of the legs, very nice. All the buckles on the belts, very, very cool. It's a very stable figure. It stands well. Though I do see these pieces on the legs coming off, so I see this figure used at conventions and toy shops with all those little, you know, fans coming off the side of the leg. I see those getting broken off by kids playing with them, or just, you know, by happenstance, but they look pretty damn cool. For comparison, here we have Death's Head 2 next to the Build-A-Figure Rhino and the Build-A-Figure King Thor. And as you can see, I mean, he stands shoulder to shoulder with him. He's slightly smaller than the Thor, and obviously is a lot smaller than the Rhino, but he's definitely in that scale, and I think he deserves that stature up on the shelf for sure. Here we have Death's Head 2 next to the Wonder Woman Collect and Connect Ares, and this is my custom armored Batman from Batman vs. Superman, and he's very comparable to this DC Build-A-Figure. Very much about the same size, about the same as far as plastic. In fact, he might have a little bit more plastic in him than the Ares figure does, and he just towers over the you know, basic Batman figure there, which is very, very impressive.
And so's that custom paint job on Batman, yes?
And of course, you can't talk Death's Head without talking Transformers. So here's Death's Head 2 next to the closest thing I have to a Rodimus Prime close to me. It's Titan's Return Hot Rod, and then this is my 3P Galvatron, and I love the scale. You know, I think it works really well, especially with that 3P Galvatron. I just need a Rodimus figure that's about that height. This incarnation never intertwined with the Transformers, you know, thinking back, I don't think, but I definitely love the scale, and I'd love a 6-inch scale Death's Head 1 to put amongst my Transformers collection. And finally, here we have Death's Head 2 next to Death's Head 1. I love this figure so much. I just wish it was bigger. I wish this was in this scale. This is an absolutely amazing figure. If you have not picked it up and you're a Death's Head fan, you've got to have it. It's just beautifully done, well painted, well sculpted. It just needs to be in the 6-inch scale. Hint, hint, Hasbro. Let's get on that. Chop, chop. Yes? So is Death's Head 2 a figure that you want in your Marvel Legends collection? I'm going to say yes, just on the sheer awesomeness of the figure itself. As far as a must-have character, nah, that's debatable. If you like Death's Head, you're going to love this figure, I think. However, if you don't know who this is, or you don't care for the character, this could be an easy pass. However, the sheer awesomeness of the action figure itself is amazeballs. The sculpt, the size of it, the paintwork on it is very, very cool. I mean, it's just a very satisfactory action figure for Marvel Legends. I haven't been dissatisfied in a Marvel Legends figure in a long time, and this one definitely takes the cake. This is probably, I'm going to say this is probably my favorite Marvel Legends action figure since Spider-Man 2099. I mean, it truly is awesome. I love the size, I love the bulk, the sculpt, the design, the paint apps. The only thing that I don't particularly care for is we only get one version of the arm. Instead of having an alternate left hand, I'd rather have had the tip of the right arm be able to detach and put a variant version, maybe a clawed version on there. I think that would have been better. However, due to the size of the figure and the size of that arm, I mean, it's just impressive the way it is. You can truly see how this was supposed to have been the Build-A-Figure for this wave, and in my mind, truly is. So there he is, Death's Head 2 from Marvel Legends.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share, like us on Facebook, and look for more videos in the future.